Hi guys, Darth Deuce here, back on the Star Wars the Vintage Collection action figure review. Today taking a look at a new release. This is the Shin Hati TVC figure from Ahsoka, and I've been looking forward to this and the Balin Skull. I really like these characters from Ahsoka. Probably some of my new favorite characters of new characters that have come out in Star Wars recently. And the Black Series ones were such blunders. I am really hoping that the Vintage Collection ones kind of do better than the Black Series one do, and I'll do a comparison of those. But taking a look at the figure on the card back real quick. Pretty nice card back, pretty clear picture of the character, Shin Hati figure, the Ahsoka nameplate there. Image of the figure, a really brief write up there. But that's pretty much it. Nice looking card back, but I'm gonna crack this open and take a closer look. Now Shin Hati, the packaging, and it's a pretty cool figure. There's a lot to like. I think in most ways, I would say it is better than the Black Series one, to be honest. So that is good. There's still some things I'm not like 100% on, but overall, I'm pretty happy with how this one turned out. But taking a closer look at the head sculpt and face print, the print itself is pretty clean, and I will say I think that the TVC is closer to the likeness of the actress, of whom I can't remember the name of, I'm sorry. But I feel like this is one actress. They're having at least in this, the Shin Hati look, they're having a really tough time replicating in Black Series and Vintage Collection. I think a lot of it has to do with the hair. It's hard to get this hair to look good when it's a solid chunk of plastic, when it'd be easier if there was multiple strands of hair and whatnot. It's a little hard to explain what I'm trying to get at here. But like on the forehead, you'd see still a bit of her forehead poking through because there's not just one solid piece of hair in front of her forehead. But it looks like that with the plastic, which makes it look weird. It probably doesn't help there's no paint in the hairstyle either, which is a bit unfortunate. I do like that the Padawan braid is there though. And then on the face itself, I don't know, it's definitely a lot closer. And at certain angles, I think it looks pretty good. And other angles, I feel like it looks a little off. But it's a lot better than Blackstone, I think. So that's good. Torso is sculpted nicely. The shoulder pads are on the O-ring like the Black Series. That's interesting. They're starting to do this with the TVC, but I think it's very cool. I really love the silver paint on her gauntlets and different parts of her armor. You've got the silver on the gauntlets here. Even has some nice little paint detail for the little buttons on the gauntlets. And you have that nice silver paint on the side armor here too, as well as on the shins and the knees. That's super cool. I like that a lot. Sculpted detail of the lower robe looks nice. It is a plastic piece with a cut down the sides, so it is pliable and it will get out of the way for posing, which is good. The belt looks nice with the little belt buckle painted as well. Yeah, overall, I like how this looks. The paint that's here looks really well done. I really love this silver paint. The Black Series one had a more rougher, worn look to it, and depending on, I guess, your preferences, maybe you'd prefer that. But this silver that they use is nice and shiny. It looks really metallic and just looks like a little nicer in my opinion. But yeah, that's the look of the figure anyways. Articulation wise, there's a dumbbell joint in the neck, but there's not a lot of posability because of the hair. I also find for some reason she kind of wants to always look up a bit. It's hard to get her neck pointed down to look a bit straighter. You can do it, but it's a bit difficult. Shoulder hinges move out quite a bit down. They rotate. Single hinges at the elbows go past 90 just a little bit and rotate. There's actually only swivels at the wrists. I'm assuming because the wrists are so small, they couldn't fit a hinge joint there. Not a huge deal. Torso joint crunches forward just a little bit, goes back a bit, pivots a little bit in rotation. Hip joints, you can kick them pretty much all the way forward, and you can do almost a full splits. Obviously, some posing is gonna look a little awkward because this is plastic, but I don't really see how you could have made this soft goods. So I don't mind that it's plastic. I don't think, oh no, there is a swivel cut at the thigh, which is good. A single hinge at the knee, which goes 90, which is good, and rotation, of course. Then hinges at the ankles that go up a bit, but does get hindered by the sculpt of the boots. Goes down a bit, and then ankle rocker, which moves really well for pivot. So pretty good articulation, which is of course expected of this type of character, force wielder, lightsaber wielder. In terms of accessories, you don't get a ton. You do get her lightsaber. The hilt is painted and sculpted really nicely. I like that little bit of paint for the wrap around the grip there. And the blade looks good. It is a orangish red. It is fairly close to how it looks in the show. Obviously, lightsaber blades in figure form don't look quite as accurate as they do on the screen, of course. And I feel like their colors, especially Balin's and Shin's, are pretty difficult to replicate in figure form, but I think this figure does a decent job. Definitely doesn't look pure red, and that's basically all that matters to me. But you can have her hold the lightsaber. She holds it decently well. Looks good. You also get an unlit lightsaber hilt, again with that nice sculpted and painted detail. And it does have a peg, and she does have a hole just below her belt there, so you can peg it in. It looks like it's clipped to her belt, and that works really well. Unfortunately, the only accessory she should have came with is she does not come with a robe, or her cloak, rather. I hope we don't see another lame-o thing where in the Black Series they released two figures and then they did exclusive versions of each, which the only difference was they came with their cloaks. I would hate to see that with the TVC as well, but who knows. I did see, I can't remember where I saw it or who I saw post it, so I apologize for that, but I saw some people were using the robe or cloak from the Return of the Jedi Luke Skywalker TVC figure and also the Imperial Light Cruiser Luke Skywalker robes, and they actually fit and look quite good on these. So I don't know if I'll end up doing that because I don't mind them without their cloaks on. I had the Black Series ones for that, but it's a cool option if you have those figures and you want the cloaked looks. But in terms of comparison, she is decently sized now because she now is much closer in size to Ahsoka. Let me just actually fix her lights over here so it's not in the way. To Ahsoka, as well as Sabine. They are all around the same height, which is a lot more accurate to the Black Series one, which was way too big. I will do a comparison with Balin, but I'm going to do that in Balin's video, so that's the next one. If you want to see that, check out that video. But yeah, I think the scaling and size is a lot better here. She doesn't tower over Sabine, which is good. But overall, this is a pretty good, pretty solid TVC figure. I'm always happy to get more Darksiders in the TVC or like Rogue Jedi and whatnot. And I think this one is definitely an improvement over the Black Series one, in my opinion. So if you're a vintage collection collector, I definitely recommend this figure. If you were between whether getting the Black Series one or the vintage collection one, if you can't get both, I would definitely get the vintage collection one. I definitely think it's better. Anyways, thank guys for watching. Let me know anything down in the comments below. Check out my Balin video, which will be coming up next. And I'll see you on the next video. May the Force be with you.